Welcome! Today I wanted to share with you a really fun project that's perfect for spring and very easy to do. These are some of the tools you're going to need today. This is a mold by Wilton, and they have a few styles out now, and they're really cool and they're perfect for this technique because they release real easily. So of course I have some polymer clay, and I have one color for the background, and as you can see, for the flower petals and stuff, and then I have another color here for the bird. And then I have some inks. I have a brush that I'm going to apply the inks. Of course, your normal tools that you use with polymer clay: a roller, an X-Acto knife, a blade, and some sort of poker, which in my case here I have a knitting needle. So these are the tools that you're going to need to get started, including this rubber stamp. Obviously, if you can't get this rubber stamps, you can certainly use any, but I did find this at Michael's. And there's a whole big set of them for like $5, so if you can find them and you like them, they're cool. Alright, so let's get started. So now I have my image stamped, and I just roll this through the thickest setting on my pasta machine, but you don't even need a pasta machine to do this. You can just roll it out with your rod and you're good to go. Obviously, in the final project I cut all the way around and decorated, which I'll give you an idea how to do that as well. But this is actually the technique I wanted to show you that makes it real easy to take a piece that you mold, and this is how I'm going to do it with just some polymer clay that is scrap clay, and a great way to use up your scraps. So let me just set this aside, and I'm going to roll over this because I want it to be flat on the back, and I just want it to be easy for me to come back in with my blade and trim off excess. Now, it's usually better to do this in like little sections at a time if you've never really done this technique. You know, but what you want to do is basically get your blade all the way under all that excess, so that what you're left with is just the actual piece in the mold. And you're going to have to do this in little pieces, trim it away, use whatever you need. I like to use my finger as a tool to get around the edges when there's some extra there. And you want to make sure that the entire mold is cleaned out. You don't want any little particles hanging around. Because that will not make your project look as nice as it possibly can. So let me get this just cleaned up, okay? And once it's all cleaned up, you can come back with the piece that you've already used for your rubber stamp. And actually, you know, you can have this cut out prior, or you can cut it out after. It's totally up to you. But it is important, like I said, to make sure that your mold is clean. Then you want to take this piece and figure out where on your stamp piece do you want it to lay. So that's something you have to figure out, and of course it's going to be a personal choice where it is, but I'm going to go with right here. Okay, now the thing is, you don't want to press too hard when you're doing this because you don't want to distort the rubber stamp. You're probably going to get a little bit of distortion, I won't lie to you, but you don't want too much. So just be gentle about it is what I'm saying. You know, use your finger, don't apply too much pressure. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get that bird to release off the mold and stick to the clay without distorting it. And so here you have that. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to line it up better than I did, obviously. You know, I didn't do the best job, but you want to be careful with that and figure out your placement and everything before you go ahead and do this. So then, from here you can then add some inks, and that's what I did. I just started out with a little of the pink and used my finger, used the brush, and went ahead and decorated the way I liked it to be. And I used multiple colors because I thought, you know, they picked up the colors really well when I did that. So just, you know, play around with your coloring. And like I said, you can go ahead and ink it before, or you can cut it all out and then do it. I actually, when I made this one, cut out my flower first and then added this because I wanted to make sure the placement was right. So, but I didn't have the time on camera to be cutting all that out, so this here is the way we're going to do it for camera. But I would advise you to do it the way I did it first. So anyways, there you have it. Really simple. You just need a Wilton mold, you need some inks or whatever you want to decorate it with. And you can do these actually with any mold, but I like these Wilton molds because they're really rigid and it makes it easy to cut it, and so you get a really, really nice impression when you lift it out. So give it a try and have fun with it, and we'd love for you to share photos. Come over to thingscrafty.ning.com, sign up. It's free to sign up and join the community. You could add photos of whatever you make, and you never know, you might get featured on the blog. And we have a challenge that we're going to be doing coming up called a monthly challenge, and Martial is going to be heading that up this month, and we're going to have our different design team members actually pick a month and have a different theme, and you can win some fabulous prizes. So you have to be a member of the community to, you know, to post photos. So make sure and sign up there at thingscrafty.ning.com. And if you want to visit and see more things we have going on, visit thingscrafty.com or polymerclaytv.com and check out our other videos. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.